In this lesson, we'll be talking about landing page and how to structure it. I'll give you a template, how it should look. Now, if you would like to do it on Shopify, where I recommend it because they have different values and different conversions. You can see the currencies. The user can see their currency, the prices in their own currency, and this converts a lot more. It's a lot more easier to optimize, but if you want just a landing page, a template, I'll show you in this video how I structure my pages with DSL, how to align things on the web page and how to have it look pretty and to build trust so that people can convert and can buy from you. I'll try and put up a card. I don't know if you know card, but I will try and put up a card template so that you could eventually just duplicate. But I still recommend going to Shopify, and it's for 4 months or 3 months, it's $1 or €1 per month. So that's basically nothing to have a shop. And if you start selling and we're reaching the point where we have in 90 days €2,000 or $2,000, that's basically you're paying €1 and then the rest of 1,999 you keep. Of course, after these 3 months, it is a price of 200 and something for the basic one, or 300 for a whole year, which is basically nothing. If you're doing 2K per month in the next 12 months or in the next 10 months, you're going to pay 1% of that, or 2% or 5% or whatsoever. So let's dive into this, because I want to show you how I do my landing pages. So, landing page, firstly, what should it contain? From my perspective and what I saw so far, that works whenever someone clicks on the web page. So you went through the automation, people click that they want to buy, you sent them the link, and the first thing when they open the link, they need to see, again, proof that this works. So last time when we discussed about automations in ManyChat, you handed them a review saying, hey, this is a review from someone that bought it. And this is how it looks. And they received the review, they read it, and they thought, yeah, that's fucking cool. They open the website and they have the total number of reviews that you have on that specific product, plus one that is going to be written. I can show you how I do this in Shopify in the next video, most likely. I don't want you to focus on that right now. For this specific lesson, we want to talk about the landing page. Second thing, we want to have a section of text of does this sound familiar, where you're not pushing them into a point where here, buy it from me, but you want to tap into the pain point and ask them if they feel like that. Because if they relate and they start feeling about that, or they start feeling that again, you grab them, you have the feeling from them, and from that point on, you build up to the point where you're showing the price and showing the product, and they build and they pay for it, and then that's it. Then in the does this sound familiar section, we're going to have some more stuff. Then it's a VSL, a product description, and the price. As you can see, it's lower down on the page. You need to take them through a whole story before they reach that point, because you build tension, and when you give them, hey, this is the price and this is what you're going to get, they already are more convinced and more confident that this will be for them. So let's start. Reviews total plus 1 written. This is how it looks on my page. You reach the page and you have 5 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5 or whatsoever with the number of reviews. So these are the people that already bought and gave a good feedback. And this is one you can pick from what you received and have one there with the name so that you build trust. Next, does this sound familiar section? It will contain what if you could, what's inside, who is this for, because you want to repel the audience that this is not for, what's included, and why the fuck does this work. So, does any of this sound familiar? I have here, like for the color grading manual, I have You spent hours editing, but the colors still don't look right. You tweaked sliders randomly, hoping something will work or will finally click. Your photos feel flat, inconsistent, or just don't match the mood you imagined. And then you need to relate to them. I got it because I've also been there. Now, this is the section of does this sound familiar? You need to tap into the pain point, and you can adapt this to whatever you want, as in you can do it something like, is this you? Also sounds good and can be used. And you can say something like, is this you? And then you can continue with something like, for fitness niche, since we discussed about that, you can continue something like, is this you? Just give birth to a child. You're totally overwhelmed by all the things that you need to do for the child. You still feel like you have absolutely no time and no ideas, and nothing works, so that you can come back into working out and being confident in your body again. And here you can punch, if you've been there, you can say, hey, I get it because I've also been there. If you haven't been there, take it out. We don't want to fucking lie or be like scammers, like, I've been there, but I have no kids. No. You can go afterwards and say, I completely understand it. I would feel overwhelmed myself. So you can do it the other way around and say, I would be in your shoes as well. But what if you could work out without leaving your child out? As in, without ignoring it completely, so that you spend time only on working out. What if you transform lifeless edits into powerful emotion-driven images, something that I had, or apply color theory without the jargon and without being overwhelmed? You can use these into the section of, what if you could do the following? How would that make you feel? Because you're building tension here. Then you have, who is this for? And here you need to punch into the audience. Like, say exactly for what type of audience this is. My manual is photographers who want to move beyond guessing and edit with purpose. Creators looking to establish a consistent signature edit style. You need to focus. Here you need to input the audience that we already discussed about and thought about, and who is this specific product for. Then you have a section of what's included. And for me, I pointed out here, like, you have a full editing workflow, you have a color theory made visual, you have targeted color, you have here a section where you literally need to punch in and say, hey, in this manual, these are the table of contents. And you elaborate a bit on them so that you can convince them that I'm not buying something blindly. You need to give them something to know what the fuck's inside, because otherwise, I've been to the point, now we're relating, I've been to the point where people came and said, after that automation, where I was asking, hey, did you lose interest about the product or what happened? They came back and said, I don't know exactly what's inside in order to buy it. I haven't received anywhere the amount of details that I would need to know what's inside to be able to decide if I can buy it, want to buy it, and if it would be worthy for myself or it will help me. So this specific section here, it's for what's inside, and then you have a section of why it works. Now, in the section of why it works, you can, let me open up the page where I have it. In the section of why it works, I would suggest you punch on exactly the reason why the hell will this work. Usually, as humans, whenever we receive something that helps us process things faster, like it's a timing thing, that's where we get triggered. So if you're telling me this works because you only work out 10 minutes per day or 7 days per week, So you would work out daily for 10 minutes, and these will be the results that you'll be seeing. Then I would fucking be triggered on it because I have 10 minutes anytime. I could just stop recording this video right now and go and do these 10 minutes, and then I'll be fucking happy that I worked out today. And then I'll do tomorrow the same thing, because everyone can find 10 minutes somewhere. If we're talking about the fitness, with the moms that have a kid that would like to work out and get back into working out, but they have no clue where to find this, maybe you can split it and you can say 10 minutes throughout the day. Like you can work out 5 minutes in the morning, 2 in the lunch break or after the lunch break, and then 5 minutes before you're going to bed or whatsoever. You split them and you say, hey, these are the 10 minutes and you can do it, because they know they have 10 minutes maybe when the kid sleeps or when they're not doing something. So they could invest these 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes into this, and they know they'll get a result. For me, it's like most tutorials throw random sliders at you. The manual helps you understand what are you doing and why. And by the end, you won't just edit faster. You'll edit better, with confidence, with style, and with a look that it's all your own. Now, this is a different pain point here, because people don't know how to find their style. And I trigger and I tackle that inside the manual. So they find their style by going through pages. They understand how things work. They're not just receiving some sliders, but they're having a detailed stuff, detailed overview or step-by-step or breakdown about it that will make them understand not only how I did it because I would like to copy you, but to have the knowledge that they could do it on their own. And this is also something that always helps, because if you teach me, I think we discussed this before, if you teach me how to do it, and the only way I can do it is that way because my brain is not getting the knowledge that I could do it myself whenever or wherever, then you're just tying me to you as a person or to your knowledge. And at some point people feel that and they'll say, yeah, this person just wants my money and fuck off. The whole idea here is to put the knowledge on their basket and to make them feel so confident that with that knowledge, they could still work years from now on. So, why it works on my playthrough manual? Because I'm having color theory, because I'm going them fully break down step by step how I thought about the process and how I picked the colors and based on what. Because if I give them everything, then they will want to edit their shots. They have the questions that I asked myself. They could reply with their own knowledge. That's what it makes a different and an original edit. And from that point on, they could build further on. And they don't need to come back and see, I decided for these 2 colors. Why? Doesn't matter. I decided for these 2. Okay, so I also decide for these 2. You don't want that. You want to give them the freedom to think for themselves. That's what it would help a ton. Going back. Now, VSL. VSL is a video sales letter. Because people see you online, either through carousels, either through video, if you're not having absolutely anything on the web page, that is how they see you on content on social media, from where they came from, they won't quite relate. So, here, to make it a bit more easy to understand, people see me online doing videos. People land on my pages, on my web page, on my shop, because they see me doing video and when I'm talking about a product or about something that I'm teaching my audience. If they only see writing and text on the web page, that somehow they might not be familiar enough with it. They might not relate to it because they related with the video, but then they only have text. That's one. Second, in a video, it's a lot easier to show them what they'll be getting, what is it going to be about, and to convince them in a 1-minute video VSL. So, what should a VSL include? almost, I know it sounds stupid, but almost everything from the text on the page, it's in that you will condense in a format plus a proof. Like, firstly, you call out the avatar. You open with a bold statement that directly identifies who you're talking about. If you're stuck at the desk all day and your back hurts like fuck, this is for you. It's exactly what we discussed earlier when we were having that about that does this sound familiar page, where you're saying, who is this for? It's the same thing. State the problem. Clearly describe the pain that they're feeling in their own words, or how would you feel it in your own words? Be specific, visceral, and real. This is very important. Back tightness, poor posture, and neck pain after just a few hours of work, you're not alone, and it's only getting worse. And while reading this and going to the point of poor posture, guess what? I was thinking that I'm not sitting straight and I'm not standing straight. So I'll just adjust my chair because I felt it while reading this, which is exactly the trigger that you want to make one feel. I just realized it while I was reading, sorry. Introduce the solution, then you have the product. And you drop the product as the answer to the pain. But don't describe it in features, describe it in outcomes. If I'm coming to you and I'm saying, hey, this is a fucking awesome memory card, buy it. You might ask yourself, why should I buy it? And that's the point where you want to grab their attention. You don't need to wait until they ask, why should I buy it? You give them the reason why should they buy it. You're saying how this specific card transformed your workflow, your worries. You have a better insurance and guarantee on it. You want to pinpoint here not the product itself, but the transformation, the journey. You want to take them from A to B, from where you're at and where you could be if you're using this. So also when marketing this, you want to focus exactly on the transformation, not on the product itself. Because nobody cares about your product. They care about what they will get. How will they transform after they buy this product? What is their outcome? Here, that's why I created a desk job back fix. It's a 10-minute daily protocol to undo hours of sitting and fix your posture starting day one. So an outcome. And then you create urgency or simplicity. It's a mechanism. You explain how it works and why it's different, exactly what we discussed earlier. Make it sound dead simple and fast. They need to have an instant gratification from it, instant win. No gym, no gear, and no 90 minutes yoga sessions because nobody's having time for that as a mom who just gave birth. Just 8 bodyweight moves in 10 minutes. You can even do half of them at your desk. So if it's a program like this, and I know that while working I could start stretching and I'm doing this bodyweight moves, then I could do something while working and also do my exercises, which makes me even fucking happier because it means that I can do it while I'm doing something else and I benefit from this and my posture will improve. And if I keep doing this for 3 months, most likely I won't need the chair to help me to stand straight. My posture will become like this because my back muscles will be stronger and they would be able to maintain the position. So you create urgency or simplicity. Then you have a promise with a clear result, the outcome. Paint a vivid picture of life after using it. Use what they want, not what you want to say. Imagine finishing your workday with a sore lower back, standing tall, energized, and no longer needing pain meds just to sit in a chair. I feel sometimes like my lower back is kind of crunchy after sitting in a chair for hours. So I would be intrigued, what can I do while sitting so that I could improve my back so that I won't need to stretch after I'm working. And I can do this while I'm working. Then, you have add credibility or social media proof. It's trust. If possible, inject transformation, data, or testimonial. Like Over 2,300 desk workers have used this to fix their posture in just 7 days without expensive personal training sessions or complicated routines. You can also use testimonials here or reviews here. Just show social proof that this worked, and this social proof, you'll get it from the people that bought it, and you grab testimonials and reviews from them. So in the beginning, if you're not having this, skip it. But when you have it, redo the VSL and add this inside. Then you have an irresistible offer, value stack, like stack bonuses, make the deal feel like a no-brainer and emphasize low cost. And you can say, and for the $9, you also get my desk setup guide or midday mobility reset. Or this is not mandatory. But if you want to upsell from here, like if they're paying $9 for something and you want to upsell from the VSL, you could. And then when they go to the cart, you need to have that combined so that they could find it there, so that they could add it and upsell. In 8, you have a clear CTA. It's a call to action. Tell them exactly what to do next. No confusion. You want to treat them as if you're grabbing their hand and you're going forwards with them. Like, you'll tell them exactly what to do next. Scroll over on this page. You'll find a button where you can press Get It Now. From there, you go to a checkout, swipe your card, and then you'll download instantly the guide that I promised, and you can start already working out. You need to give them an idea how to do it. Just think if a person that is 50 years old and might not have that much knowledge into tech, computers and stuff, they need to be able to do it. So scroll down on the page. After this video, you can scroll down on the page. You're going to find some photos with what you're going to find inside the product. You have a button, Get It Now. You can click on the button, then it will redirect you to the checkout, and then you can input your card details and you can go forward. This is the clear call to action, or grab your copy today and feel different by tomorrow. You can grab your copy today if you scroll over on this page, click the Get It Now button, and you'll download it instantly, and you can start working out today. That's something that you could have, and that's a VSL. That's all you need. Now, tips on this. You need to sell the vacation, not the plane. You're not, as I said earlier, you're not selling the PDF. You're selling no more back pain. A PDF on a phone means nothing. A PDF, a no more back pain means a lot than just a PDF. If you're selling me a solution to a problem, sell it with what's the problem and offer me the solution. Don't just rely on the product itself, because the product itself is good. You're going to do it. You're going to make it fucking amazing. But you know that because you created it. On the other side of the computer, the one that will buy it, they don't know that yet. They will discover it after buying it. So you need to convince them to buy it so that they realize how much valuable is this. You make the value so good, they feel stupid saying no. And this is a quote from Alex Hormozy, and it fucking applies everywhere. If you pay me $9 and in 7 days, in an instant, I'll help you understand how to have no more back pain, and in 7 days, it's completely gone. The product is not worth $9 itself. Because when you're having back problems, maybe you go to massage. Maybe you spend some time, you pay the massage. Maybe you spend some time at a therapy class or whatsoever. You also pay there. You drive there. So driving there also costs. So what I'm trying to say here is they pay $9 and they save the expense of driving from A to B, the expense of paying for a massage, the expense of going to gym or to a personal trainer and paying the personal trainer. So the value of the digital product itself all of a sudden is not $9. It's maybe $500. But if they pay $9 and grab it, and everything that is inside that you promised is fucking good, they should feel stupid to say no to $9 and keep paying $500 to have no more back pain. And the offer is more important than the ad. You can have an average ad and crush it with an irresistible offer, but you can't do it the other way around. Like, if your product is average, or if your product is shit, you can slap an ad on it, and the ad will perform, but the offer itself is shit, so people won't buy. But if you have an offer that is fucking good, and you don't know how to do ads, but you just slap something on it, but the offer is so fucking good, it will fucking work. And then you can improve on the ad and advertise it in different ways and try and see what are the pain points and how you can do it. But you want to build the offer to be fucking good, and you can promote it through organic content, and you can see what's working, and from there we build more and we push out more content, and then we reach the point where they're selling and we see why are they coming, what's happening there, and then we can slap later on, you can slap an ad on it based on the content that organically worked already. You can slap an ad on it, and we'll have more eyeballs that will come to our website to convert. Product description and price. I have the product. We make a design create a design of your product, like a cover. You can put some images from what's inside the digital product or what's the digital product about. You have a title. You're saying what's included, so what they'll receive. Again, you reiterate with reviews so that you keep building trust and they're not reaching to a point where there's no more reviews, there's nothing happening, and they won't know exactly. You'll need to scroll back to read some reviews. No. At every step of the process, you give them reviews so that you keep their trust high. Then I have another review here from someone else, not from the same person that was at the top. So they can read another review and see, oh, so there's another review about this that is good from a real person that bought this. So it's fucking great. And then you have a button of get it now. I found out that buy now is not the best way to label the button. I found out that usually get it now has a bigger conversion than add to cart, buy it now, or whatsoever. Get it now as a phrase, as a three-wording button, has more conversion rate than something else. And I found this by testing. And then you have an alternative like pay with PayPal or whatsoever. You have some credit card icons here on the idea to reiterate that you can pay with different payment options and they're all safe. And I found also by testing that having these here improve the conversion rate because people build trust and confidence that the store won't use their credit card in a fucked up way or whatsoever. And they have different payment options, so you're broadening the audience that could buy it from you because they're having different options. And the last piece of it, you have others just like you loved it. Again, reviews, but you're putting your finger on it saying, hey, some other people exactly like you bought this and they were fucking happy, so why wouldn't you do it? If you just write testimonial or reviews, it's like, yeah, but maybe this person didn't have the same problem as I did. Maybe they had different things or different problems, and for them it worked. If you say others just like you loved it, and then you're going forwards, you're implementing that they will relate with the people that you got the reviews from, so they match, and you build again more confidence and trust in it. And you also have even more social proof. So that's it for this lesson. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.